knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Well, hey, good Friday morning to you, everybody. Welcome into Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland here with you to wrap up the week. We have the CFP semifinals underway and continuing on tonight. A wonderful start to that last night. Really fun game to get things going. We got a lot of college basketball coming up this weekend. We've got NFL playoffs coming up this weekend. We're going to pick a lot of football games. We'll do our Friday football picks coming up in just a little bit. Full crew is in with us, so we'll have that in the next hour. Also coming up on the show today, we're going to have a little Royals talk. It's been an interesting stretch of, 7-10 days for the Royals. They've extended a manager. They've got arbitration cases coming up. There's news on the television broadcast front. A lot of just different things. They've made some signings. They haven't made the big trade. We're going to bring in our Royals insider, Jaylon Thompson, later in this hour to dig through some of that with us as well. Your calls, welcome at 869-1240. Your comments, welcome on all the video streams available to you, Facebook, YouTube, X. Thanks also to those watching us on 12 News Connected. Thanks to those listening to us on the Odyssey app. We appreciate you. All the different ways you bring in your participation into the program. And everything we've got coming for you is What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring chili for a limited time. Hearty Beef No Bean Chili is perfect for lunch and now available at all three WBC locations, East, West, and Historic Delano. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We got 4 more days in a row of playoff football. I don't know if I can handle it. I feel like I'm dragging this morning after what I watched last night. We got another one tonight and then 2 or 3 tomorrow. I can't remember. And we just keep on going.
Yeah, we'll go all the way through Monday with football. I love it. I love it. It's unusual this year because we don't have the Chiefs involved. And that's a little strange. We're used to the Chiefs participating. We would spend all of this time, all our energy getting ready. Well, maybe for a bye in this week.
To be fair, we probably didn't see the Chiefs play this week.
That's right. But it is that time of year. It's good. I'm really, really happy with the way the CFP is going this year as far as the future of college football. This season as a whole, as we see Miami win 31-27 over Ole Miss last night, the season as a whole has, to me, been – I know our local teams didn't do well at all. Kansas and K-State both struggled. But just in general for college football, there's a lot of chaos right now that none of us really like. But it is creating a more even playing field, I think, among the top teams. Now we have to figure out, the top teams to the bottom teams. And I know Chris Kleiman spoke about that a lot. And man, I just keep going back to the fact, though, that it's always been that way. Like, it's always been the haves and the have-nots in big-time college football. But nothing has changed now that a handful of teams spend a whole bunch of money. A bunch of teams were spending a lot of money forever. B, we've always done this. Now, though, at least we have a playoff field, I think, that can at least give teams a chance. And the other thing is, too, like it or hate it, the transfer portal gives teams a chance to kind of come in and strike while the iron's hot. And, maybe it's not sustainable, but for small stretches, you've seen in recent years some of the best football seasons some schools have ever experienced. We're seeing Ole Miss experience their best football season ever. Think about those fans. Think about Texas Tech this year. They rarely, if ever, get to experience something like that. Indiana, it's been TCU in recent years. Like, these teams that are just on this special run, Okay, maybe it's with new players every year, but for the fans at this, you think any of those Ole Miss fans last night were terribly concerned with how many years those guys have spent in the program?
No.
You think they care that Chambliss came in and helped steady that ship and take them to the semifinal? Of course they don't. I mean, we do now for the teams that aren't in it because the transfer portal is absolute chaos and it's impossible to keep up with and nobody likes it. But at the end of the season, for the teams still playing, they don't care. You think Miami cares that Carson Bett's been playing football for 7 years or whatever it is? They don't care. They just care that they're playing for a national championship.
I think I've gone back and forth on this. I think that I'm in the camp of obviously NIL and the transfer portal have let us have a playoff that we could see, Miami being back, Ole Miss their best season ever, Indiana is the best team in the country, like Texas Tech. The list goes on of people that typically aren't in this, and I think in the old model probably wouldn't be because I'm with you as the haves and the have-nots. It used to be nobody got paid, and so everybody just went to Ohio State because, I'll just get drafted at Ohio State. It's cool to play there. Like, this at least gives Indiana a chance to get some of the guys that typically would not go there.
And
you know what I mean?
But we cannot be so naive to say nobody got paid.
I know, but you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like if they did,
nobody publicly got paid.
Sure. I'm even acting naive in this situation. Even if they did get paid, like there wasn't the stark difference that it is now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's the transfer portal. The transfer portal is the thing that is so jarring, I would say, because now guys, there's no, you might have gotten paid, but you were loyal to your school, right? You stayed there. You were there for a long time.
I mean, that was always the biggest complaint of, high school TJ that just, casually watched college sports, stuff like that. Like, why would I invest my time into something? Why would I invest my time watching KU or K-State football whenever every 5-star just goes to Ohio State or Alabama? And then they're going to go be in the CFP, and it's going to be the same 4 teams every year. And then the next year, guess what? All those 5-stars in high school are going back to those schools because they went to the championship. And it's the endless cycle over and over again. This breaks the cycle a little bit. The problem we get to now is that it can break the cycle every single year, and you can just keep doing it.
We share a brain on that. I've always been at the set, like investing the amount of energy into college football versus the NFL, for instance. It's like, how do I do that when forever that the teams you love the most really don't have a chance to win a national championship? You can't say that anymore, right? You can't, at least in the Power Four. Like, you can't say your team never has a chance because look at Indiana. I mean, period. Look at Indiana, right? Look at what I keep using them because they're Big 12 examples. Look at what TCU was able to put together for a year. Look at what Tech put together for this year. Like, you can't anymore say your team never has a chance. You can't, because all it takes is one special year. Now, it might be 1 year because you may lose all the, that's the challenge here.
That's the hard part that everybody complains about. It's cool to pull in, like Cignetti doing it in 1 year. Like, and this is all well, even last year, I'm saying his first year, he turned into what he did. Like that, it's cool and it's awesome to do and everything. But then the hard part is for people like, I don't know who the good example is here. James Madison's the perfect example of this, actually. James Madison just made the college football playoff, was a top 25 team, had the dream season, won the Sun Belt, all of the things. And then every single offensive starter is now in the transfer portal. And that's just what's – and they probably got their entire offense out of the transfer portal because the team before that left too. So it's just it's hard.
And that is the problem. Good for all those kids. The different, like I thought this is where you were going to go and you didn't, and I'm glad you didn't. That James Madison got there but never really had a chance, because I was going to say that's exactly what we see in the NCAA tournament all the time. Teams get to the Sweet 16 and they don't actually have a chance, right?
I'm very much in the group of they need to be in there.
Yeah, they need to be in there just because it makes the season more fun. And if you get the upset, it is the greatest thing we have in sports, the Cinderella. I mean, it just is. And again, we saw Alabama get housed too. Like, don't give me that nonsense, because that can happen to anybody. All right. We will get more into that game throughout the show. We'll get more into a lot of different things. What did we think? 31-27. Was that a good outcome? I could not decide who to root for as I'm watching that game last night.
I went back and forth too.
Couldn't decide. We'll come back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite, or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland here with you. Glad to be with you on this Friday. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up. I want to tell you also that high school sports coverage on Sports Daily brought to you by Zintex Remodeling Group. Remodel your bathroom in as little as 1 day with Zintex Remodeling Group, ZINTEX.com. Got your high school scoreboard show tonight. Got the Catch Kansas show tonight on 12 News as well. That high school scoreboard show as you're making your way around town right here on KFH. All right, TJ, the game last night, Miami 31-27 winners, gave us everything we could have hoped for. It was fantastic. Just a really good back and forth game. I think Miami is on a pretty special heater right now. I'm satisfied that it's an ACC team in there. Now at this point, I hope an ACC team wins for sure. I think that's better for the ACC and the Big 12. So that part's good. I got to ask you, though, the final play of the game, a Hail Mary from Chambliss, did you think they should have called PI?
I think I kind of did in the moment, but then I think looking back, I mean, they were making a play on the ball.
I mean, the only part for me is the ball was a little overthrown. So if you
I think the corner was making a play on the ball is what my thought was. I mean, he wasn't
play on the ball by holding the other guy down. He grabbed his jersey and pulled him down. Now it's at minimum a hold, right? Yeah. If it's not PI, it wasn't egregious, but I do think it was pass interference at any other time in the game. The only thing is maybe the ball's a little bit overthrown and you're saying it's uncatchable, but I don't know that I buy that either. What I think it is, you can't call that to end a game. And man, I can't tell you how much I hate that argument. You got to swallow the whistle. No, you don't. Pass interference is pass interference is pass interference. How would you swallow the whistle and not call the game the appropriate way at the game's biggest moment?
I agree. Oh man, I don't know. I'm rewatching it now because I need to see it in slow-mo.
In slow-mo, he grabs his jersey and holds him down.
It might have been.
So I think that was a missed call. Not egregious, not like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it if I'm Ole Miss, but it was pass interference and they should have blown the whistle. And the other thing in college is it's not even a spot foul, right? So it's not like they get it at the 1. It would have been a 15-yard penalty and they can try again.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I don't know. I can see where it's both ways because I still think that he had a chance to make a play on the ball. So that's the hard part of it, and it was a little overthrown. But in the same breath, if he wasn't getting his jersey tugged on, would he have made the play? I don't know. It's interesting.
It's just not, again, I don't think it was an egregious one. It just, I look at it and I'm like, this is one of those things where people will say, well, you can't make that call in the game. And yes, you can. If it's the penalty, it's the penalty. Brandon Alexander 615 says, I feel like the receiver beats him to the corner if the defender doesn't hold him. He for sure does that. I think there's no question, no question about that. I think the question is, did the defender have a play on the ball, which is probably what the officials would tell you. But he for sure held him back. And I don't think it was much as he had I think the DB was like, this is the final play of the game. We're not gonna let him catch that ball. And so he held him down. I think it was PI. I think it was pretty clearly PI, and I think they should have thrown the flag. What does it do to the outcome of the game? I don't know. It's still, you got to make a play from, I think, what would they have been, about 15-yard line? Still got to make a play.
It's true.
But man, that's a tough way to go down. Ole Miss ran the right play, right? It was a pretty good look. I think Chambliss overthrew it by 6 inches, maybe not even too much, but it was the right play, and they had a pretty good look at it.
I'll bring up this hypothetical because we talk about this all the time. What if that ball was underthrown? Is that PI then?
It is in the NFL.
I know.
Now,
they call it every time.
The question becomes, do they make the call, though? I think
if it's underthrown, I think that they
will call pass interference as time expires. And you should. You should call it the same at the first snap of the game as the last snap of the game. But that takes a lot of cojones for an official to make that call.
especially in football. Like in basketball, you can maybe make the argument of, letting them play a little bit, but you still shouldn't. But you still shouldn't. I'm with you. But like basketball can be a little bit more subjective. I mean, in football, like if it's a penalty, I mean, you can see it that it's a penalty most of the time,
Yeah, I mean, a penalty is a penalty. It doesn't matter. If there's a false start, if there's holding, doesn't matter. Like, it's not like the defense is offsides and you just don't call it. It's just the last play, guys. We're just not going to call that.
Do you remember the Kadarius Toney offsides call?
You remember the D Ford offsides call?
Well, yeah, obviously I remember that one. I'm talking about the crazy lateral that Mahomes lost his mind about for 5 minutes after the game.
Yeah, and that's the incorrect, by the way. You call the penalties. Don't have a penalty if you don't like it. So I thought I was a little bummed out by that. I thought they could have spent just a little bit more time with it on the broadcast. It sounded like Fowler and Herbstreit disagreed a little bit. I think Fowler was trying to be like, no, man, that's kind of it. And Herbstreit was more like, but it's the last play. He's going for the ball. You can't call that. And I'm like, I hate that thought. Yeah. Otherwise, then the defense on every final play of every game should just be like, throw everything at them, guys. Just maul them because they're not going to call anything.
I know.
Not calling it.
In the same breath, in the NFL, it feels like, hey, we need a big play here. I'm going to underthrow this ball. Just take the hit, and we'll take it. We'll go to the 5.
The great quarterbacks are good at it. But again, I don't want that to take away from what was a really, really good game. It was an awesome football game. You saw 2 quarterbacks kind of going toe to toe a little bit. The playmakers for each team that we've seen throughout the season make big plays, made big plays. And it was great. It was everything you want in this round. You don't want the blowouts. I think there's pretty good proof that, these 2 teams were, not rusty, which was a problem for some teams last week. And I really hope tonight's game follows it up. I don't know if I think it will. We'll make that pick in a little bit. Indiana, Oregon. I get it. Like, it's hard. It's hard for me. I don't know if it is for anybody else. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around Indiana actually being good. I'm sorry. My whole life, I've seen them not be good. It's hard for me to really think of them as the nation's best team, even though they very clearly are this year. But can they beat Oregon? I don't know who I want to pick tonight. I still don't know. That's the one as we get down to it where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with that. We got, 35 minutes to make that decision or whatever, but I can't decide.
All right, here's a stat for you. Ian Miller just tweeted this one out on X. With Miami beating Ole Miss, the SEC finishes 1-8 against Power 4 teams of other conferences in bowls, 0-3 in the playoff against other Power 4 conferences, and the SEC doesn't get to the title game for 3 straight years. So look for Greg Sankey to push for 9 SEC teams next year to make the playoff.
That's right. I think that's been a really good thing. I think that what I don't like, though, is that the Big Ten has had some success because I do think the SEC traditionally is better football league than the Big Ten, and I think the SEC has been the best league for a while. Do I think it's to the level that they would like you to think it is? No, I don't. But, Texas Tech notwithstanding, the Big 12, all the other teams would not have done well in a college football playoff. Like, who's the next best team? BYU? I don't know that I can see BYU going toe-to-toe with any of these remaining teams. Texas Tech was the one team this year. Now, there have been other years where you could say that, but it is good to see them knock down a peg for sure. That go ACC. That's the thing I kept going back and forth with last night. Like, this Ole Miss story is incredible. We all love it. We all love the Ole Miss story. But, man, it'd be nice to see the SEC or the Big Ten not win a national championship as we're going into serious discussions about what 16 teams looks like. Because that's happening right now. Like, that decision, if I had to bet my money on it, that decision will be made and we'll have 16 teams next year. So not having them win it this year and not having, as those discussions happen, the Big 12, Brett Yormark being able to, Greg, you guys went 1-8 in the play. Like, I don't know what you're talking about here. Yep. Like, what are we doing?
It's true. Yeah, that's a fun conversation to have of last night, as you brought up earlier in the show, of who did you feel like you were rooting for in that game? Because I'm with you in the fact that my brain tells me you needed a Miami win for the Big 12 because we're Big 12 people, but also in the same breath, it's like, man, if Ole Miss won a national championship without Lane Kiffin, that is the story of college football.
Yeah, it'd be so good. Indiana's also the story of college football. I mean, they're all good. Miami's a good story, right? Last team in, nobody wanted them to be there. Like, they're a good story also. It's just, what's our ultimate goal here? The reality is we're going to get 16 teams, I think, next year. I think it's happening next year.
Can they do it that fast?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They did it. I mean, yes, you just say, all right, we're going to 16. What they can't agree on, the problem is how does it get formatted? I think everybody, has the appetite to get the James Madisons in there. I don't think anybody wants that to go away. That's one, though. So what do you do with the other 15? And if it's just at large, again, I've made this case a billion times on this show. I think that actually hurts the Big 12 because if you go back and you look through the CFP rankings and you take out Texas and Oklahoma historically, I mean, it's not there's not great representation there. So if you're telling me you're guaranteeing me 2 and leaving me more chances for a third at large, the problem is, though, like, are we all going to swallow the fact that the SEC and the Big Ten just get to automatically have those teams? Because there'll be lots of years where they'll get auto bids where like that team sucks, like that team should not be here.
That's the hard. And I'm with you on the fact, if you could sign me up for 2 Big 12 teams guaranteed and maybe a third if they get an at-large, I'd be all in for that. But the hard part is that if you agree to that, you're also agreeing that the Big 10 gets what, 4? What was the number?
4 or 5, whatever they're trying to do.
No way that I would agree to that.
It's
because in the same breath you do that, and then BYU would be in otherwise this year. Basically. And then if you agree to that model, then it's like, well, BYU couldn't get in because we need to make sure we got Iowa in.
Well, if you had 2, BYU would be in. Let me just pull up the final.
Okay, Utah, sorry.
And Utah would get housed in this. That's okay. Let's look at our CFP rankings for the final week here. 20. Why did it pull up 2019? All right, Indiana. So if we go down on that, like if it was just all at larges, you would have had Texas Tech. Well, all -1, right? All -1 because you're going to have the next highest team, right? So all -1. So 15 teams. Texas Tech is in at 4. BYU would have been in this year at 12. And Utah might have been in at 15. So maybe this is the case this year where if you're a Big 12 fan, and maybe I'm wrong about this, maybe it's like, okay, well, they'd have been there. Let's look at 2024. You would have had Arizona State in at 12, and that's it. In 2023, and we'll only do this one more time. We'll just do the last 3 years. How long is last year Texas's first year at the Big 12?
20
or second.
24 was their first year in the SEC. Yeah.
Okay, so 23 they were still in. So you'd have had Texas, you'd have had Oklahoma, and that's it, right? So those 2 aren't there anymore. That's what I mean. If you go back through this exercise and like subtract Texas and Oklahoma, it's slim pickings for the Big 12 being the top
2022 is the year to look at, though. You get TCU Horned Frogs, K-State Wildcats, and Texas. And or Oklahoma, I think.
No, just
no. That was the next year. The next year, Oklahoma was good. That's right.
Yeah, just those 2, just Kansas State and TCU. So at best, we're probably seeing. Well, at best, I guess we're seeing 3 because that's what we saw this year, right? That's at best. At worst, it's going to be 1.
Yeah.
So do you settle for 2 guaranteed, or do you roll the dice and think that the Big 12 can elevate to get to 5?
I would even say. Like, I would do it if I could limit the Big 10 of the SEC to 3 apiece, and that's fine with me. And I'd swallow my pride enough.
2, 2?
Yeah,
3,
and then the rest are at
so you'd have 5, you'd have 6, you'd have 11. That'd leave you 4 at-large teams.
I'd be fine with that. I can't do it to where there's like it's all just settled by conference, and like there's 2.
And the other thing, if you have 2. that's a problem is at that point, what is the conference championship worth? I mean, it could be worth a home game, maybe. Maybe you do the conference champions or the top 4 seeds and are guaranteed home games. I mean, that could make the conference championship game have some value. You could do what I think, which is have 2 play-ins, right? But to see, that would be cool if you did, though, 3 teams each, and you'd only have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. You'd only have 3 at-larges in that scenario, which is probably not enough, to be perfectly honest, because then you could play conference semifinal games, take that's probably the best case scenario here is to just have the one conference champion guaranteed in. I can come around to it. I just have to understand and be comfortable with the fact that there's going to be a lot of years where that's just 1 out of 16 teams for the Big 12.
I would even go as far as to say, which I don't think that the others would agree to this, if you could make it to where everybody got 2 and you separated it into an AFC, NFC type of bracket and say first round is going to be Big 12 versus Big 12, SEC versus SEC, blah, 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 blah.
Well, that's a good idea. But what do you do with the at-larges and the other?
You make them play each other too. And say, and it may be something to where it can be, if the SEC has the number 1 team and the number 2 team, then it can be the at-large team if it's an SEC team, can swing in there, and then that way.
Interesting idea. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, you just split. Every conference has to have, because the only one that doesn't have that now is the Big 12.
And people would complain about
it. The ACC does, right? They have the 2 divisions in the ACC, right? So you got the Big 10, the SEC, and the ACC with the 2 divisions. I can't remember.
No, I don't think anybody has divisions anymore. The Big 10 doesn't even have it.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. No. Iowa plays everybody like 2 years ago when they added the new teams, I'm pretty sure.
All right, let's just see what we got here.
That's why it was Ohio State, Indiana in the championship, and not Iowa versus Ohio State.
Oh God, I gotta.
The Big 10 West isn't a thing anymore, and the ACC doesn't have a division either. And the SEC doesn't.
Yeah, I couldn't remember
if the ACC
did because we got those weird. Well, okay. Well, you'd have to go back to divisions then for your formula, and that's an interesting idea though. That's a pretty good idea.
People would complain about it though because we'd be getting whatever Georgia, Alabama in the first round. But who cares? You got to beat them anyways.
Yeah, at that point, once you get in, it doesn't matter. Like that's what I always say. Sometimes we overthink this. Like it doesn't. Once you get in, just play, because I'm far more offended by the amount of time we take, right, to get there. If you just turned everybody around and played, and you got to the championship by New Year's Day, what are you going to complain about? Oh, my first round matchup was too hard. Well, okay, well, you weren't going to win a national championship anyway, then, so who cares, right? Like, don't over that. I kind of like your idea. I'm gonna spend some time on that. I like it. I do like it. But either way, it's been a good college football playoff. Hopefully it continues tonight. When we return, how about some Royals talk for the first time in a while? We'll bring in our buddy Jaylon Thompson to discuss the latest next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily is on KFH. And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
And we welcome in Jaylon Thompson, our Royals insider. Just per our last conversation there, Jaylon, you're a Georgia guy. You're Bulldog, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about your precious SEC 4-10 in the bowl season this year? Take our shots. I don't care about your SEC so much. I didn't even know you guys got rid of divisions 2 years ago. What do you think about this season? No title representation for the beloved SEC.
It's okay. Everyone has to have their chance with the pie. Everyone has to have their chance in the sun. The SEC is always going to be there. So, if the Big Ten gets their third consecutive title, congratulations to them.
Sure hope not. You're not taking the bait like I hoped you would, Jaylon. We appreciate you being here with us. Let's talk Royals. Let's start with arbitration because that's the most topical. Looks like Bubic and Pasquantino are headed to arbitration. I'm a little surprised on Pasquantino. I'm not as surprised on Bubic. What's your feel for this?
I think it's just a way for them to try to get the money that they feel like they want and probably deserve. I mean, look at Vinny Pasquantino. He had a career year. So his ability to make substantial gain as far as, what he did production-wise on the field, maybe that should correlate to a better deal for him. You talk about a guy that hit over 30 home runs, was 6th in the league in RBIs. So I could see why him being a first-time ARP-eligible player that he wanted to try to set the course in motion to get the most that he can get as he's a member of the Royals. And as for Chris Bubic, he's in his final year of arbitration before he goes to free agency at the end of this season. So it's a matter of how much do they value him for what he did before he got injured and what he can do this season. And potentially it could be his final year with the Royals.
I think the biggest conversation to have about the arbitration stuff going on, by the way, I had to look up all the arbitration rules because the Royals haven't done this in 3 years. So they're attacking it with both of these two. The numbers are on the table. I don't know if you've seen them. Mark Feinsand said that it's like a $500,000 difference for Pasquantino and $1 million difference for Chris Bubic. Compare that to, Tarek Skubel's $20 million difference in his. You don't think that was there not like, any middle ground they could have found with either of these guys? That's the thing that's most surprising is that the numbers are so small in the difference.
Yeah. And it's also important to note too, TJ, that they can still negotiate with both players up until the potential arbitration hearing deadline. I mean, that they have.
We don't have a date on those, do we?
I don't think there's a date that's been set yet. But like you guys are saying, like there's the chance that those numbers could be amendable. They could come to an agreement or things of that nature. So it's not as dire as a Tarek Skubal, like you mentioned, because these two players, they're going to be Royals in 2026. So that's the one thing to keep it in the forefront. This is just a matter of financially what works best for them in their respective cases.
Vinny Pasquantino, I'm just looking through, depending on which place you look for WAR, Fangraphs has him the last 2 years as the 16th best WAR in baseball. And he himself has pointed this out. I don't know when this was. It's sometime in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like he gets it. Like he's got to be better at a lot of things to increase that value. A fan was trying to say like, oh, they don't appreciate you enough. They need to give you a long deal. And he's like, nah, man, I got to play better. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm a little surprised that one got to arbitration because, that's the Royals case. Like we love you, Vinny, but by the metric that everybody loves to use in negotiations and all these things now, and players love it, the 16th best first baseman in baseball. Offense.
Yeah.
And
you have to look at it too. Yes, last year was his first really full season where he was healthy all year. Before that, he had injuries that were in different parts of the season that kind of put him on the sidelines. So for him to put it all together last year, and that's his first real year where it was like, this is what it could be. I think that is something that he's considering. Hey, I should get the money that I deserve, but also for the Royals, like you said, can you do it again? Can you be the guy that we can count on for another year and a year after that? And I think both sides understand that.
TJ's got to mute there. So Jaylon, okay, so the arbitration's there. You've told us the chances that they could sign them is there. What do you think the chances are the Royals make another big move? We've all expected the big trade. Last time we talked to you, we thought there was going to be a big move. They haven't made a big move. They've made some smaller ones. They've made some, quite frankly, that I think make a ton of sense and that I've loved, but it hasn't been the big one. Is there still the appetite for the big one? Or are we pretty much looking at what we're looking at with this roster?
I think there is an appetite for the big one. But like I wrote before, and last week I said that the Royals are basically just window shopping at this point. just looking around, trying to see what could be open and available with the remaining market, and is it worth sacrificing a starting pitcher to go ahead and go over the top? It's pretty known that the Royals like Jaron Duran, they like Brendan Donovan, but do you like them enough to give up a Cole Reagans? And they do not. So that's why Cole Reagans is still on the team, and they don't have either one of those players. They don't want to give up any high price prospects for Brendan Donovan either. So the asking price for both of those guys are just too high. And I think that the Royals are pretty confident in their team they have now. Now, if they do make another move, it'll probably be someone for the bullpen, get another left-handed reliever in there, because they lost Angel Zerpa and they lost Sam Wong and others this offseason. So maybe they'll fill in there. But as far as getting another bat, maybe a utility guy, could see someone like maybe Adam Frazier. I mean, returning, they love what he did. He brought to the team as far as his leadership and veteran presence. But as far as the big move, the big fish, it would have to be something where either prices come down or they're just in the mix at the very end, and it could still happen. They got Carlos Estevez in February, and he went on to lead the league in saves and was an all-star last year.
It's true. Based on what we've seen so far, Isaac Collins is kind of, the biggest difference in the lineup, at least. If this is what they rolled out there next year, Jacob and I agree, I believe, is that if they rolled out that lineup, it would be a better lineup than it was last year, just because everybody got healthier for the most part. Isaac Collins doesn't do much outside of, everybody else just being there alongside him.
Yeah, I think if you put the roster that you have now and they ran it back, then I think they could have been a playoff team in 2025 if they used this roster last year, right? Because Isaac Collins is someone that's going to be on base guy. He plays hard. He's someone that is going to help elevate the likes of Bobby Witt Jr., Michael Garcia, Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez. Then you get Elaine Thomas, who I think, if he's right and he's healthy, he could be that guy that could really step in the gap and potentially give you a 20-homer season, whether that is playing every day at different positions, off the bench. I just think he's a great asset, but he has to stay healthy, and he hasn't really done that. He didn't do that last season. But when you look at his 2023 with the Nationals, 28 homers, 20 stolen bases, that's really a great get for them if he's right. And then on top of all of that, I think the pitching is going to have to carry the day for the Royals. That's the only way I could see them potentially getting back to the postseason with what they have right now.
And on the pitching, because I want to go back to Lane Thomas. I'm kind of in on Lane Thomas too, but on the pitching, on the rotation, right now, Alec Marsh will start hurt. Is that right? Is he going to be back for the start of the season, or is he expected to be back? Because if he's back, between he and Bailey Falter and Daniel Lynch, that gives them an 8-deep potential starting rotation. They won't use all 8 of those guys, but if Marsh is back, then the depth is why we thought they'd make a trade. Is Marsh back, and which guys do you think make it through?
No, Marsh had surgery, so he's gonna be down for maybe the whole season or somewhere close to it. Like
it was like October, I thought was the timeline on that. Jeez,
yeah.
Which I guess is. I guess that's right. Man, that sucks. October, late October, like no chance to play at all.
I mean, it's possible that he could play. I mean, like I said, but
looking
at what happened with the Royals and other surgeries of that magnitude, I mean, they kind of brought him along slowly. So it depends on how well he heals, and maybe he could be getting back into games at some point down the stretch of the season. But I for right now, I think the Royals are just counting on him just to get back healthy. But the guys that you said that could be starters, you have the 5 that we know of: Cole Reagans, Seth Lugo, Michael Waka, Noah Cameron, Chris Bubich, and then you have guys like Luinder Avila, who they really view as a starter, but he was in the bullpen last year as he got acclimated to the big leagues. Ryan Berger, Steven Kolick, and then Ben Kudnera, who's going to be a prospect to watch out for. Steven Zobat. They both put both of them on the 40-man roster. So they have guys that can step in and be starters. It's just a matter of who is that going to be. Also, I forgot to mention Bailey Falter as well. He's going to be on the team too. Another guy that has experience as a left-hander in the rotation.
So what we're hearing there, Jaylon, is that the Royals are going to roll out a 15-man starting rotation this coming season and just keep it going all year long. The other big move of the offseason, Matt Quatraro gets an extension. We haven't talked about that since we spoke with you last. Fans obviously are going to be divided on anything that managers do anytime. He's the guy that led the Royals, from the worst team in baseball back to the playoffs. He's also the guy that they just finished, below expectations this past season. Do you feel like this was the right time to get an extension for him?
Yeah, I think so, because you have to look at the landscape of things, and regardless of what Major League Baseball and the Players Association do at the end of the season, if there is going to be a lockout or whatnot, you don't want to have your manager go into that without a contract. You want to have that stability. You want to have that person that can guide you through that point in time and still come out on the other side, and you're locked in, ready to go. So I think that it was a great time for them to keep Q, because what he does and what he brings to the team. I mean, he has taken them to the playoffs in 2024. He's had back-to-back consecutive winning seasons. And if you look at the Royals before that point, they didn't have that since 2014, 2015. So, I mean, just on that metric alone, it's enough for him to stay with the team, because he's given 2 winning seasons, right? So I think they all enjoy him. They love his inquisitiveness, his ability to be able to think through games, challenge, just question what needs to be done. And I think that what he has with Brian Sweeney and the new hitting coaches that have come in, they have a really good mix that could potentially help them win the American League Central. It's just a matter of going out on the field and doing it.
10 seconds. How many home runs Jack Caglione hit next year?
I'm going to give him 25.
Okay. We spent that whole time and didn't talk about probably the biggest impact on the offense next year and what could go positive there.
Marcus Themes. I think he's going to help him next year.
Okay. All right. Jaylon, we appreciate it. Sorry about your Bulldogs. Sorry about the SEC.
It's all good. It's Indiana's time, I think.
It's almost baseball season too. Jaylon Thompson, a Royals insider. We appreciate it. We'll do it again before the season starts. We're coming right back another hour of Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on the Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
And welcome back in for another hour, everybody. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland. Happy to be with you on a Friday. We've got a lot coming for you. We're going to make some football picks a little bit later in this hour. A lot of topics. We had a great CFP last night. Thanks to Jaylon Thompson for talking a little Royals with us there. You can go back and listen on the Odyssey app. Everything coming for you this hour is on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company. Now pouring the brand new seasonal Bach Lager. Bach, yeah. Cold beer that'll give you a warm feeling. Bach Lager available at all 3 WBC brew pubs, east near Central and Woodlawn, west at 13th and Tyler, and in historic Delano at Handley. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. 869-1240. The hotline is open. You can call in. Tell me I'm a doofus for not reeling college football divisions went away a couple of years ago. Didn't even.
What an idiot!
In the Big 10 and the SEC. But you do have me thinking, should it come back in the Big 12? I wonder that a lot. And I wouldn't hate it. And I don't hate your idea either of having the 2 division winners get in and having to play in the opening round, making the opening round. But then again, you still got to have a conference championship game. Still got to have a conference championship game.
To be fair, I did not say that. I said nothing about divisions. I said just the top 2 should get in. We don't need divisions for that.
Oh, I thought you said split them up into divisions and then have the 2 division winners.
I just meant
play
whatever your conference championship game was going to be.
But it's the same problem, though. You would basically just have to turn conference championship games into the opening round of the CFP.
That's what I'm saying. Yes,
they're not going to go for that though, because that's a revenue loss at that point. You'd lose that. So that I don't think anybody would go for that. I don't hate I don't hate the idea of divisions. By the way, the Big 12. We're not going to have even schedules anymore. So the division thing could be okay. I get why it's a problem, right? You have situations where teams don't play a very good schedule to get there, but Indiana had that same issue last year where they didn't really play anybody to get out to their unbeaten season. That was my problem with Indiana a year ago. They didn't play. That wasn't the case this year, obviously, but last year it was. But either way. And then the other thing, Alec Marsh didn't have surgery until November. Why did that take so long? I thought there was a chance he's back in September this year. Well, that sucks hard. Why did they not have? I was just looking that back up. It's like the second week in November, I think. That's brutal. Not that they don't have the depth. The Royals will be fine. I just don't know why they waited so long. I mean, we knew he was hurt forever last season. Like, what would you wait for in that situation?
While we're talking baseball, I want to bring this up for our shorter segment here. I brought this up to you yesterday at the office. Rob Manfred floated out the idea to WFAN that he's considering the idea of implementing both a split season and an in-season tournament to the MLB schedule.
No.
Not bad idea.
Bad idea. Baseball's beauty is baseball's time of the year that it plays. Baseball's beauty is that there's nothing else happening. Baseball's beauty is that in our busiest, we're in the summertime. Hell, it's hard now. Like, you'll see this at some point over the next year. Like, we don't get to devote as much time and energy to it as we did when we were younger. We don't get to devote as much time and energy into sports viewership in the summertime either. And the beauty of baseball is there's 162 of them. There's nothing else going on. It's a casual viewing experience. You can't mess with that. That's why they never should make the game, that they should never make the schedule shorter. They shouldn't do any of that. Like,
I will say,
mess with the fact that you've got games on every day in the slowest part of the sports calendar.
I will say I am more so on board for an in-season tournament than I am a split season. The split season is a bad idea. If I'm thinking of this correctly, that's the minor league baseball model where you play 81 games.
Okay. Well, that's dumb. Still, that's very dumb.
Yeah. What did you think that was?
I thought you meant play it like with a gap in between for some reason, for some dumb reason.
No,
like take a month off or something, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're talking about just for the no. That's a dumb idea.
Yeah, I think it's
minor
dumb.
leagues it's smart because you have call ups.
Exactly. In minor league, you do it because it's not the same team in October that it is in May. And so in the MLB, it's not the case, though. I think that every game should matter towards a playoff run, not be if you won the first half of the season to get in the playoff. That's what it is in minor league baseball. They don't need to do that. An in-season tournament, though, I honestly am okay with thinking about that idea more so, but they can't do how the NBA does it to where it's like, all right, Friday night are the NBA Cup games. This matters towards your group play, and that's what's going to set up the bracket.
You couldn't do it because we already have, we have innings restrictions. Like, anytime you think about any of this with baseball, just think about, okay, well, what do you do with the pitchers? Right? Like, you're going to does that mean you're adding more? Are you taking games away somewhere else? Like,
if they were going to do this, the hard part of doing an in-season tournament is that it would take basically a month off of the league to do this, because that's how, and in the playoffs, and obviously those are 7-game series, but it takes a month and a half to get to a World Series champion half the time. And so it's like, what do you do to, if it was a single elimination baseball, it'd be fun, but it would just be impossible to do without saying all right, if you're eliminated, just take 3 weeks off.
What are they playing for?
I don't know. Give them $1 million like the NBA does.
Yeah, no, I think we have a great tournament in baseball that's played every year. It's called the playoffs, and that's fine. It's good.
It's true, but I'm with him. I'm not with him, but I do think that it's hard, and you and I can agree on this. Whenever there's 162 games, it's the hardest sport to stay engaged with, because it's just they lost. that means nothing.
I actually think it's the easiest to stay engaged with if your team is competitive. I don't think. Listen,
but even if your team is good in June,
I don't agree with that because I will get. You'll find out this summer, I guess. Like losses piss me off. If the team's good, like it doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday in August. Like if the Rangers, the Royals, especially now, because like if they're on a Tuesday and they blow a lead in the 7th inning, like I'm hot the entire next day. Like
I am too, and I'm a baseball sicko. I'm just saying the reason why the NFL is the greatest moneymaker in sports is because every game matters. And that's the hard part about baseball is the way that they've built the model is that every game doesn't matter. And it's like
it does though.
It does, but like
if you
listen,
lose
like
the division by one game.
I know, and in hindsight, it happens and things of that nature. But like the thing I always tell people is that like for us, you go cover a Royals game on a Sunday afternoon against the Guardians and they lose. You go in the locker room and they're just, like, yeah, it sucks. We wanted to win that game. We ought to go game tomorrow,
I think all of it is based on how competitive you are. I mean, it was that vibe the last 3 weeks of the Chiefs season, 4 weeks of the Chiefs season.
Well, yeah.
So just like if you're good, if you're competitive, like that's what, and that's why like it's everything. Like with the Royals right now, it's been more fun than it has been in a decade the last couple of years because they're good, and every day we can talk about them. Because if you're into it, you're like, that impacts my next day. Like that's going to have an impact on how I feel the next day. And the beauty of baseball is you get right back out there. You don't have to stew on it for a week. Like you can have the roller coaster of a competitive baseball team. I'll always say is the most fun thing to me in sports. It's not, I'm not telling you that I love, baseball more than I love the NFL at this point in life. That's probably not true. But the ride of a good baseball season is the most fulfilling.
It is, but you don't realize that you're in it until you get to August or September. Right. And then that's the best month in baseball. If you're in September and your team is competitive, that is the most fun you'll have watching a sport. 100%. I'm with you on that.
I just think one of the strengths of baseball is that it's the summer, like there's a billion things going on, especially if you have kids. Like you literally have stuff every day. Like you're just like this time of year in the fall, it is a fight to get to the TV. Like these early tip times, like say it's a 6:30 tip time. Like, man, I'm probably not getting to that game till the second half. Like just because I've got like soccer practice or whatever. Like there's just something every day. In the summertime, yeah, you're busy. You might be around, but at 7:00 on a Wednesday, like you ain't that busy. You're probably able to just turn on the game. Like what's going on? I'll just turn on the game.
I agree that it's beautiful that there is something on TV every night and it's always your team. That's the hard part too of the NBA. Why I've lost my interest in that throughout the years is that it's just like, well, what's on tonight? It's like, oh, I can watch the Spurs Rockets. I don't care about that game at all.
We have an attention like we only have so much capacity. So for me, and the reason like college football, and I've said this a million times on this show, the reason things slip through the cracks or I don't pay as much attention to the SEC or the Big Ten, I don't have time. I barely have time to pay attention to KU and K-State, let alone what's going on in the conference that they play in. So when things happen in the other leagues anymore, like it's harder for me to get there. In the NFL, like you watch your team, like the NFL's beauty is that it's owned a day of the week. But with baseball, like you're just our attention, we don't have as many things fighting it as we do this time of year. So to say we shouldn't play baseball the way, like I think the beauty and the strength of baseball is that it's every day in the time of year where we can pay attention to it every day. If they played baseball, if we played Major League Baseball in the fall, doesn't like it would, I don't think it would be the same. It would, because we just wouldn't be able to watch it as often.
Probably. Yeah. Anyways, back to the original point here. If they could, it would have to be something along the lines of like what the NBA is trying to do of the All-Star tournament now, which is a crazy idea too. It would have to be like All-Star break week. The top 8 teams in baseball are playing single elimination for the week, and then we'll name a winner on Sunday, play the home run derby before the game or something. Like, you know what I mean? But the All-Star game is also fun in baseball. I don't need to mess up.
We also have the World Baseball Classic, which I don't want to overlook.
It's in March.
I know it's before the season, but it is a little something special and extra. Maybe you could play it a little more often. I'd be down with that. But we'll come back. We've got football picks when we return. Don't go away.
90s.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily on KFH.
Welcome back in, everybody. We got the full gang in this morning to make some picks. Back on schedule. It's a Friday. We are going to pick 7 games because there wasn't really a good way to break it up. 1 more CFP and 6 NFL playoff games this weekend and into Monday Night Football. So we'll pick 7. We're going to start running out of games soon enough. So that means we've got a little less time to get through each one. So real quick, TJ, where do things stand coming into the week?
Jacob, let me tell you, my OCD is going crazy because now we're picking 7 games. I had to change my spreadsheet format. I had to add a row. This is pissing me off. Last week, we had 3 of us go 3-3. Jacob, TJ, and Brandon all went 3-3 because Brandon and I had the same exact picks last week. Paul went 2-4. Tommy with another 1-5 week, back-to-back 1-5 weeks. Jacob leads 60-59. TJ and Brandon both at 59 and 60. The other guys, they're out of it. Who cares?
All right. I wouldn't say Paul's out of it yet, but bold. He's going to have to get bold here if he wants
I've got to think outside the box, Jacob. That's what I'm going to do. After all, I'm champion until otherwise.
All right. Let's get it started. Max, hit the music.
Hey, sports bettors, ready for some picks destined to fail? Time to hear what the Sports Daily staff thinks of the weekend games.
All right, we're going to start with the other CFP, Oregon, Indiana. I'll go first in the overall lead. Indiana's a 3.5-point favorite. Boy, this one's hard. Indiana is the wagon, I think, in this, but Oregon's defense was so dang good last time. I think I'm going to take the points here. I think we're going to get another close game. It was 3.5 last night. It was a 4-point outcome. I think it'll be another close game. Because I'm having a hard time picking it, I'll just default to taking the points. Give me Oregon plus 3.5. Brandon?
Love that you're on Oregon because I'm on Indiana. This is where the tides turn, and we'll both have 60 wins going into the weekend. I love it.
TJ?
I'm taking Indiana as well. They're really good at football, so I'm going to pick them.
All right, Tommy, what do you think?
I mean, you guys have told me I'm out of it, so I don't know if it really matters who I'm picking. So I might as well hang out here. I'm going to take Oregon. I'll take those points because why not? I've got nothing to lose.
Paul, break the tie.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tommy's taking Oregon. I think I probably am smart to take Indiana. And by the way, I'll pick one up on you too, Jacob.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the NFL. Rams, the big favorite this weekend, 10.5. 10.5 is where I've got this number. Brandon, you comfortable with 10.5 points in an NFL playoff game?
I mean, I was comfortable with taking the points in Miami, Ohio State, Michigan, but thank God we're picking finally a big spread. Go ahead and give me the Rams. They ran all over the Panthers a couple weeks ago. Would have won if it wasn't for 2 Stafford picks. So, yeah, Rams get it done this time.
TJ?
I am going to take 10.5 points in a playoff game. What an absurd number. The Panthers are the feel-good story of my life. I'm taking those points.
Tommy?
Again, doesn't really matter what I pick, so let's have some fun. I'm going to roll the dice and take the points. Give me Carolina.
Paul?
You know something, that is a lot of points, but I don't really care. Already you got TJ. He's taking the points, so I'm going to give the points. I'm going to go ahead and I'm hold on just a second. Okay.
Wait. Oh.
I can't. Well, I'm torn on this because
Come on, Lee Corso.
I've got to make up ground. I'm just going opposite TJ. I'm taking. Who did you take, TJ? I forgot.
Carolina.
I'm taking the Rams.
We're back, baby. We're back. Look, this is the hardest year I think it has been to pick a Super Bowl champion based once we get to this point, but I think it's the Rams for me. So I'll take the Rams. I think they're way better than Carolina. They're going to go on the road and win by 11 points. I guess we'll find out. Packers, Bears. TJ, you're first here. Bears 1.5-point home dogs.
I talked to Peyton Sanders yesterday at Storm Team 12, and he told me there might be snow flurries in this game. If you're giving me points at home in Soldier Field in a snow game, I'll take it Chicago every time.
I hear Chris Berman in the back of my head with this game, calling the highlights. Tommy, it's been since Chris Berman was relevant that the Bears have been competitive against the Packers probably. Is now the time?
Well, I think the question becomes who's got more pressure. Is it Matt LaFleur or Ben Johnson? And it's absolutely Matt LaFleur. So I'm going to take the Packers for that. I'm going to lay the 1.5. I think Green Bay can get it done.
That's where you're stubbornly supposed to say the Packers are Super Bowl champion, and I'm going to stick with them. I mean, they're alive. That you still got them. My Ravens-Lions Super Bowl prediction is not working out so well. Paul, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think I have missed on the Bears a lot this year. And I've got a feeling that this may be the Bears game. By the way, both these teams are located where it gets cold. So, I mean, you can go out and practice outside if you want. If you're the Bears, you're going to get used to, be used to the cold. I'm not so worried about the weather on this particular game. I think the Bears probably pick this game up. Is it going to be close? Yeah. Is it going to go down to the last minute? Yeah. Is it going to go down to possibly a field goal? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bears.
Packers are one of the very few teams I don't particularly want to see make a Super Bowl run. That's one reason. And the other is, man, I can't quit the possibility of a game in Chicago where the Bears finally get that monkey off their back to beat the Packers and to advance in the playoffs. Give me the Bears and the 1.5. That brings us, Brandon, you got to finish this off on this.
Chris Berman, call back. The Packers going back to the divisional round. They're going to cover and win.
That's what they do. Bills, Jags. Tommy, you'll be up first here. Jags are 1-point home dogs.
I'm going to take Jacksonville solely because, Jacob, you think that they're a fraud.
To be fair, I don't anymore. Yes,
I'm going to take the Jags, and I'm just going to say Duval.
Paul?
Well, listen, the Bills are a quality team no matter how you slice it right now. It's hard to go against quality. It's hard to go against, I guess, a tradition of this particular episode of the history of the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills just based upon, dang, guys, they're still a really good football team.
I infamously and incorrectly, for what Tommy's referencing, if you're just listening, have been calling the Broncos and the Jags frauds all year for fun. I was wrong about the Jags. They're not frauds. They're very good. And they got better at the trade deadline, and it's showing. And Trevor Lawrence is a little bit unlocked. And I actually think they may be up and down, top to bottom, a more talented team than Buffalo. But Buffalo has Josh Allen. This is Josh Allen's opportunity. We've seen him wear the Superman cape plenty of times. This might be Buffalo's worst team of this little recent era. But I'm going to take the Bills and make the Jags earn it. This is a Josh Allen bet. I'll lay the point and take him, and I'm good with it. Brandon?
Yeah, I think this is my least favorite game to pick of the weekend. But if the Bills don't win, Sean McDermott probably is looking for a job come Monday. Go ahead and give me the Bills.
Boy, that's an interesting opening, too, with John Harbaugh on the market if that comes available. TJ?
Tommy, I'm going to throw you a bone. Enjoy your island down in Florida. I'm taking the Bills.
Let's go.
That's a good island. Jacksonville is playing so freaking well right now. All right, 49ers, Eagles. Eagles are 5-point home favorites. Good luck, Paul. Good luck with this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is really tears me up. 5 points is a lot. Do I think the 49ers are going to win? I don't know. I guess it just depends upon how Purdy plays. I don't know. I have a tough feet. Hold on just a second. Help me out, Max. Who you got, 49ers or, you're as good as me on this one, 49ers or Eagles?
Who's the Super Bowl champion?
Okay. Is that your pick?
Yes.
All right, we'll go with
Saquon Barkley could finally have a good game and run.
All right, I'm going
A.J. Brown.
All right. Well, I'm sorry about that, Max. I'm taking the 49ers.
There we go. There it is. Pull the rug out. I'll listen. I despise both of these teams on a personal level. I keep saying like the Eagles will be fine when they get there. Man, they haven't looked good in forever. They find ways to win these games, but at least we've seen the 49ers look really good at times down the stretch here. I'm going to take 5 points in the 49ers, and I actually feel okay about that. Brandon?
This is the weirdest spread of the weekend. Just in the sake of gamesmanship, I'm also going to take the 49ers.
TJ?
Just in the sake of gamesmanship, I'm also going to take the 49ers.
All right. Tommy?
Oh, you're going to give me a Philly island.
Come on.
Do it. We all know you love Nick Sirianni and the Eagles. Just take it.
I hate Nick Sirianni. I hate the Eagles. And I actually really like the Niners. I guess the only shred that makes me feel okay about taking an Eagles island is the fact that even though Brock Purdy looked really good for a few weeks coming back, he looked really bad last week in that final game. That's, I guess, the only justification I can give. So I will reluctantly take Philly. I'll take that island all day, the 5.
After everything Brock Purdy did for you in the fantasy football
did.
playoffs. You're going to
He
turn
won
your
me a
back on-
championship.
I'm aware. I'm very aware. Chargers at Patriots -3.5. Paul, you get to start. No, you started us off last time, didn't you?
No,
or did you?
He did.
No,
Okay.
I'll go ahead and start it right now. I'll tell you what. I have missed on the Patriots all year long. I'm ashamed of myself, and I call myself a football guy. What's wrong with me? I'm taking the Patriots, and I'm finally getting on board.
You're just in the same room as Max, and you're scared. You can admit it. It's okay. You can admit it. You know what, Max?
All right, I'm scared.
You know what, Max? Stick it in your Patriot takes, and you can't get past the last 20 years. My wife lives in the same house as me, and she is loosely used to be a Chargers fan.
Max, you don't have to take that. I'm
going to take the Chargers. I'm going to take the 3.5 here. I'm taking a lot of points in this week, and it's dangerous, but I'm going to take the Chargers. Get out there and earn it, Patriots. We all know they've played a soft schedule. The Chargers.
So did the 99 Rams.
Oh, there you go, Max.
Here he is. Here he comes. What happened? What happened?
What happened
when that
Brady
juggernaut
walked in
Rams team
Arrowhead?
played your
What happened?
Patriots in the Super
What
Bowl?
happened when Brady walked in Arrowhead?
Give me the Chargers +3.5. I'll take LA and call them the San Diego Chargers this weekend. Brandon?
I respect your time. Tommy, give me the Patriots.
TJ?
I'm taking the Patriots too, even though every time we get Max excited about the Patriots, he says it's a rebuilding year. He's hedging already. I'm not. Patriots are good.
They're very good. They're very good. I think the Chargers are good too. Can Herbert get it done though, Tommy, running for his life most likely in this game?
Yeah, no. The Patriots are, in my opinion, a wagon. I think Mike Vrabel was probably the best coach in the NFL. Give me the Patriots. I'm going to lay the 3.5.
3.5 points. Okay. And then Monday Night Football, Texans and Steelers comes back around to me. I think it should have on the last one, but we'll do it on this one. So Steelers are 3-point home dogs. Guys, I've struggled with this one. And I'm struggling with the fact that I don't really like Pittsburgh, but I keep falling for this old man Rodgers story. I'm taking the Texans, though, because I think that the Steelers are vulnerable over the top. Nico Collins and CJ Stroud have found a little mojo, and that defense is going to make it a not fun experience for the old man. Give me the Texans. I'll lay the points. Brandon?
Give me the Texans, and hopefully we never have to watch Aaron Rodgers play another football game after this.
Wow. You haven't been entertained this year by old man Rodgers?
I'm a Vikings fan. Come on.
That's true. All right, TJ?
I'm taking the Steelers. I'll fade both of you. This is my time to shine.
Okay, it is. You can make a comeback. I mean, Rodgers and Tomlin, are you in this? Are you in on this, Paul? You're Mr. Hard Knocks and all the great behind-the-scenes storylines. Have you bought into any of this?
You know something? I think I'm going to at least this week. I'm going to take the Steelers, and here's part of the reason. It's a fascinating story. Is Rodgers playing his last pro football season? We don't know. I think it's fascinating. If he is, I think it's an interesting story, and it's a story that's going to be a football team that rallies to their Hall of Famer, and they're going to win a Super Bowl for him. It could be feast or famine for the Steelers. I'm going to bet on the feast for the moment. I'm taking the Steelers.
You know, Tommy, the Chiefs could maybe need a quarterback the first few weeks of the season. Rodgers could be out there. You know,
I heard he is the NFL MVP.
Yeah, don't even float that into the universe. That's a really dangerous thing to be talking about. I think, you guys that have picked the Steelers, you're forgetting that the Houston Texans are the hottest team in the National Football League right now for a reason. I'm going to take the Texans. I'm going to lay the 3 on the road. I think that they're going to get it done.
I feel like there is a 100% chance we get the classic Aaron Rodgers stands up from a sack with a big chunk of turf in his face mask because the Texans pass rush just annihilated him. I think there's a pretty decent chance at that too. That's the picks, fellas. We got through 7 games. We got through it quick. Good luck this weekend. Everybody enjoy the CFP tonight and some NFL playoff football all weekend long, minus the Kansas City Chiefs. Weird stuff. Tommy, Brandon, thanks.
See you guys.
There they go. I said, let's recap here. We got 3 islands on the table, and Tommy's got 2 of them, Jags and Eagles, and Jacob got himself a Chargers island. I don't know if you caught that one. You have a Chargers island as we're all riding on the Pats.
I'm good with the Chargers island. I can't believe Tommy took a Jags island. and I'm the guy who's been giving the Jags a hard time a lot of the year. The Jags are really good. Like, they're really good. That is a talented team. And I know it's Lawrence's, explosion here late that's made them come out of it. I guess get out there and prove it. That's why I'm taking Buffalo.
Man, this is gonna be cinema down the stretch. TJ and Jacob have 4 picks that differ from each other, and Jacob and Brandon have 3 picks that differ from each other. So something
lead. That's right on you guys.
Something is going to give. Yes, you have a 1-game lead on us.
Oh boy, Paul. I don't know what. I mean, this is uncharted territory for you.
I know, but I know the term frauds have been thrown around a little bit, at least today. And I got to think to myself, hey, you're in the playoffs. How many frauds actually make it to the playoffs? That's my question to you guys.
Well, I mean, fraud is a fun term that I've been goading the rest of you with all year, but Denver is not winning a Super Bowl. How about that? And they're the 1 seed. Does that make them a fraud?
Well,
if Denver wins the Super Bowl, I'm gonna have to take a week off.
I hope that people come out of the woodworks on this, especially on TV when all the crap we've talked on Denver. Whenever we have people in Goodland watching us,
the thing that makes me feel better about it, and this is one of those you got to just dig your heels in and eat it. But we're not the only ones, by the way. That does give me a little solace as I look around and I see people man, they're just actually not that good.
I agree. If the Jags or the Broncos win the Super Bowl, I think I'm just going to tweet Jacob's personal cell phone number.
Listen, I've said for 3 weeks now, and it's been a fun thing all year. The Jags they got really good. They got way better over the course of the season. They're the difference between the Jaguars and that annoying, which I think is probably when this started, is right around the time they played the Chiefs. The difference between that Jags team and the Jags team we've seen the last 3 or 4 weeks is significant. They got way better. And it's on Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence. He deserves a lot of credit for it because he's taken a lot of crap. So good for him. I actually also like the Jags. I don't like Denver very much, but I like the Jaguars.
Jacoby Myers, Jacob. That's why they got better.
Yeah, they did. It's exactly why. Jacoby Myers, your boy. He's severely underrated, and he's been a great. Look, Brian Thomas Jr.'s had a bad year. What if I had told you the Jags are going to have this great year and Brian Thomas Jr. wouldn't be very good at all? I mean,
I would have laughed at you. I would have laughed at you. That's what would have happened.
It is what it is. I'm happy for him. I think
and
the Duval thing is great.
Quick question for both of you guys, real quick. Miami last night looked really good, really physical again. How would you guys have picked that game last night if we were picking today? Just how would you guys have picked that game last night?
I don't know. It was a coin flip for me. I mean, it was a 4-point game, so it was a coin flip on the line too. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing now that I've seen the outcome.
I would have probably taken the points, and I would have gotten hooked there at the end and started screaming.
I will tell you that I have a good, fun betting thread where I was talked into tailing Ole Miss. I didn't have anything before that, but it wasn't hard to talk me into it. So I probably would have taken the points too, because I was right there on the line.
Got it.
So yeah, probably Ole Miss, but Miami could do this thing.
How physical is Miami? I am stunned at just how physical that football team is at this very moment.
I wonder if they struggle against Ole Miss, what would they do if they face these 2 great quarterbacks we're going to see tonight? But we'll find out, because that's going to be the national championship game. All right, we're coming right back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on the Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, here to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, Paul Savage sticking around here with us for the rest of the hour. Appreciate that. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the show. Just got an email from Crestview. There's a frost advisory this morning. So the golf, true golf lifers are going to be out there, but they have to wait a couple hours for the frost to clear, and then they'll, get out there when it's 40 degrees. It's full of great golfers, great golf, 2 courses, 36 holes. Give Crestview a call. Check out all the different membership options. They have lots of them, and you'll get a better deal this time of the year than any other time of the year. Tell them we sent you at Sports Daily. We come back in. Big story of the day.
Paul, how's your golf game? We need to talk about this.
I'll tell you what, I gave it up a long, long time ago, and that's just, kids came. Kids and golf don't go together. And gosh, I used to play golf I lived on a golf course for years and years and years. I loved golf. I'd slip out and play 3-4 holes and walk back home. I mean, it was fun, but boy, kids come along, it changes everything. But I was never very good at it.
They're so selfish, Paul. Why are they so selfish? They take all our time and energy.
To add money. Let's not forget the money aspect too. They're kind of expensive. Did you notice?
You ain't lying. A couple things that we have gotten to and that we have yet to get to that we'll cram in here to the last segment. Real quick, Terry McCauley on something we talked about in the first hour, the last play of that game last night. Terry McCauley, the official, chimes in on social media this morning saying, yes, that was pass interference. He says only at the end. He thought all the contact up until the very end was fine, but said it was definitely pass interference at the end of that play. That's a tough it's a tough pill to swallow if you're Ole Miss. Now, they still got to go make a play. So I'm not like outraged or anything by it this morning, but I do you got to make that call. If you're the officials, they had good position on it too. They were standing right there. Like, don't be afraid to blow the whistle late. Like, it was pass interference. It was pass interference.
Mindset.
Did you think it was pass interference, Paul?
Well, a mindset of an official is, I don't want to be that guy that changes the course, the outcome of the course of a football game, particularly a game that's the Final Four. I do not want to be that guy because that stays with you for a long, long time. I get it. I understand why they don't want to do it because that'll make them the guy. And I get it, but I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of guts to throw that flag. I'm sympathetic to the officials because they don't want to do it. But on the other hand, Jacob, I think we can make a case that particular play, they did not get it right. So
are we sympathetic? You have a job to do, which is to call penalties when you see the penalties, and
therein lies the dilemma.
Afraid of making a call in a moment.
They don't want to be that guy.
Of a college football playoff game.
Yeah.
A couple other things that have come up in the last little bit. I want to get to the Royals, which we didn't get to Jaylon Thompson, but on the news with FanDuel. But before we do that, college basketball, TJ, a couple of things that have stood out. The K-State took 36 threes in that loss to Arizona. Jerome Tang says he wishes they'd take a few more.
That's right.
That's certainly something.
Best thing I saw from that was a clip from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody back in the day. It was good job, men. Let's aim for 40. Maybe Tang wants 50.
43s in a game. Okay. I'm not sure that's going to be the path, but all right. And then the other big talking point yesterday, Bill Self talking about Darren Peterson. TJ, what was Self's diagnosis there?
He said he feels good. He's full speed. Period. That's it.
Okay. I'll take it. Now, I think we all know what that means, though. He's full speed until he's not full speed, right?
Basically.
And that's okay. Like, again,
but the thing is at this point, this is my gripe on it. If they're going to say that and they're not going to list him as an injury diagnosis on the injury report, which means nothing. But if you're not going to put him on there, then whenever it happens at the end of the game, it's a story all over. Can't be expected anymore.
But isn't that our fault at this point? We have seen now 20 games. How far are we into this? Not 20, not quite 20, 15, 16.
Almost. Yeah.
So it's been the same all year. So now expecting anything different, I'm to the point where that's on me. I have a very reasonable expectation of what we're going to see with Peterson. He will play and then he will have to come out of the game late in the game because his leg doesn't hold up. And
that's
that
is what
we will see.
That's what history has shown you, but Bill Self sits on the press conference and says that that's not the case anymore.
Well, we'll just see. We'll get an idea.
He probably is.
Well, yeah. Player management, time management, bench management. That's going to be a fascinating, deal with this particular case. When he says he's ready to go, I don't know that means he's ready to play. All the minutes.
I think he hopes he is, and I think Darren Peterson probably hopes he is, but we all know that that's unlikely.
I think that there will be a minutes restriction. Paul's right, and that's a different question than being healthy. You can be healthy and be on a minutes restriction, and that's probably what we're going to see this weekend.
I still want to see him start a game. Like, if it's just bizarre to me that it seems to hit at the same point every game. So one time, if it's hitting at the same point every game, maybe try to time it better and have it not hit at the end of the game by not starting him as early in the. I still think bring him in at 10 minutes in the first half and see what happens, and then let him go and see if that 30 minutes that he can give you takes you through the end of the game. I get that, which doesn't make sense. I totally get it. I get it. But why not try it if we're just going to keep seeing the same thing over and over again? Boy, wouldn't you just love to see him come out and not have to leave the game and score 30 points and just go wire to wire?
I want to see 50.
Yeah. How good would that feel? I mean, he could go 50, but if he goes 50, KU's not playing their best basketball.
It's true.
They need him to be a distributor at the same time, because
the other part of the conversation last night, my biggest takeaway from the Bill Self press conference, I don't know if you saw this part, this is what I ran last night on 12 News, is that Michael Swain, 247, asked him, how does the world coexist where Melvin Council is scoring and Darren Peterson is scoring? Because we haven't seen that. We've seen separate playmakers, separate play from each of them, but never together. And Bill Self basically said, well, listen, they're not Devontae Graham and Frank Mason. That's not how they play basketball. And he said, in a perfect world, Melvin Council's so fast that we can set him up and he'll be open, and it would make everything great if we can do it that way. But we're not there yet. But we understand that works.
That's what I want to hear, because that's what I've tried. Like, for my brain, like, unlocking that when people are like, oh, shut down Peterson, they're better without him. You're not better without a guy that can score 32 points in 30 minutes. You're just not.
Boy, wouldn't we like
how do you best utilize both, right, Paul? And that's a challenge when you've got two alphas like that.
Right. I mean, how much fun would it be to see what they're capable of at the same time together? I think that would be fascinating, and it could be devastating to whoever they're playing. I mean, that's my take on it. Together, they could be twice as good. Sometimes that works out like that, doesn't it, guys?
Oh, it does. And it's not easy. Look, that's the other part. Like, we can't sit here and pretend like it's that simple. Just have them be awesome together. They are a conflict of styles. That's a great point by Bill Self. But can they learn to be Frank Mason and Devontae Graham? I think they probably can.
Sure they can.
It's just harder to do when Peterson has to come off and on the floor.
It helps if Peterson plays more than 25 minutes a game. Maybe we'll see that this weekend.
It's okay. Like, again, I think, like, if I'm a KU fan right now, I'm so much more optimistic than I have been the last couple of years, because you can see, like, it's very obvious where the growth has come. The last couple of years, it's been like, how's this team going to get better? Where is it? I don't see it. We can all see it now. Like, it's pretty clear. We'll see if they can get it done. And by the way, we don't talk enough about how, man, Florida Paducah is so awesome. I love his style so much. All right, the other storyline we haven't gotten to, we ran out of time with Jaylon Thompson. The Royals and FanDuel have terminated their contract. So, correct me if I'm wrong, TJ. You were into this a little deeper than I was yesterday. We don't have right now a television outlet for the Royals. Like, correct. Is the plan just to be on MLB TV only?
Well, right now, FanDuel can renegotiate a contract if they wanted to do that and make it. If the Royals wanted to do that, I guess more so, because it would be a cheaper deal than what they were getting paid by FanDuel in the past. So the FanDuel missed payments to clubs. It sounded like, I don't know if that happened specifically with the Royals or not, but then it's been a mess. So I don't know if they'll do that or not. But basically, Rob Manfred, the commissioner, basically just said that we'll figure it out. And that's not saying that it will be this or it will be that, but it's like, we'll get the games somewhere. And so he said that could be a third party, which we talked about yesterday. Third party could be how the Braves play on the Gray TV station in Atlanta. Like,
we had Royals games on
we could get more
last year.
Exactly. That may be an option. And then I think for the games that, we wouldn't have, that could be MLB.com. You pay for MLB TV and you see the games there without blackouts. That's always been the issue with that, is the blackout restriction. So in a perfect world, honestly, that people have been talking about this, is that the MLB just takes all of them, takes away the blackouts on MLB TV, and then also puts some over the air. it's a
or puts them also all over the air, right? And then share that revenue with those television partners. I wish, God, that would make the experience so much easier if they did that. But at the same time, I mean, I'm a local TV honk. I'm like, man, if there's an opportunity there to get more Major League Baseball games on these local outlets, that would be really, really cool too. The great news is you'll hear all their games on KFH right here. No problem. That won't change. My drives become much better from home from work as I can tune into the Royals every day and every night. But it's an interesting, we're at that crossroads because there's a lot of teams in this spot, and it's been a problem for baseball for a very long time. I don't know what the financial best answer for baseball is. I'll say this, with that and a bargaining agreement on the horizon and a potential lockout and these TV deals, I'm not sure how much confidence I have in Rob Manfred to navigate these waters, and it scares me a little bit. I'll just be honest.
There's going to be some hot button stuff going down.
That between the locker room brawls with Bryce Harper and the ideas of having a split season and an in-season tournament, like I'm all for great ideas. I love the things Brett Yormark, for instance, is bringing to the table for the Big 12 and the outside of the box thinking. I almost never like Rob Manfred's ideas. I mean, I'm glad we got, I think the sport is better, so I'm not being totally fair because the pitch clock and the bigger bases and the emphasis on stolen base, that's all made the game better. So I think it'd probably be a little more fair, but I'm nervous right now for baseball.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Paul, we got a minute left. I want to read you this headline and let you react. Missouri senator has proposed to make the UFL St. Louis Battlehawks Missouri's official football team instead of the Kansas City Chiefs, solidifying that the caw is the law. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's a very good idea. I wish it was a good idea. More football, the better, but that's not going to be what he wants it to be. That's just not going to happen. Many a good organizations have taken on the NFL and lost, my friend.
That's you're nicer than I am. That's an idiotic thing to say. That's grandstanding to grandstand as a politician.
Guess what, guys? It doesn't matter who the official team of Missouri is. It does. Nobody cares.
So stupid. Get over it, guys. All right, we'll come back. We got a little more Sports Daily. Don't go away.